Hello everybody, this is Sci-Fi Junk yet again on this lovely Thursday afternoon, and this is more of an open letter to YouTube and Google. Yesterday I made a video about how the Virginia Charlottesville, I kept on calling it, Charlotte, but the whole thing there in Virginia, and I tried to express my disappointment and how it shouldn't have happened, and how to use on the process of using a vehicle as a weapon is kind of stupid. And well, YouTube, you decided to say that it was not worthy of your time by the means of saying, well, we're going to put this limited stuff on there, limited commercials or ad or whatever. Now, luckily, I have been trying to attempt to make funds and other means besides YouTube. I mean, mainly YouTube is not by any means the main thing I'm after when it comes to funds. As I said in all my other videos, that I am a caregiver, and being I don't get paid for being a caregiver, I am a caregiver to my mother, and I am a streamer. Matter of fact, I actually use YouTube to stream some of my stuff, believe it or not, with the help of Restream.io. And I'm a freelance IT guy. And granted, I don't get very much work other than maybe a job here and there from my one and only customer. And I actually do crypto mining. I use a particular mine that switches to the most profitable coin at at any particular time. And so I'm not really relying on YouTube, for any amount of money whatsoever. But it does bring up the idea that, censoring by the means of making it where people like myself use YouTube as a means of expressing oneself, it seems like you've taken that video and interpreted it as I was protesting that, in some form against, this and that and everything else. And by the way, it's not that. I mean, I can't afford to protest, because if I protest, then I probably potentially get arrested, and then, my mother will be in a nursing home or something like that. And we all know how nursing homes treat their patients. And matter of fact, I personally know how a nursing home treats their patients, because my grandmother was in a nursing home. And I am trying my damnedest to keep my mother from ending up with the same fate. Because, the nursing home that my grandmother was in thought it was nice to not inform us that she was in a hospital or anything like that. And then we ended up losing her the week after that, over the weekend kind of thing. Anyway, let's get back on the subject of you censoring content creators. Now, I do actually perceive this as a form of censorship, because, well, for one, the algorithm, or the thing that makes it where you're willing to show other people videos, the means that you're willing to show people that you care about them by, at least by the means of having their videos show up easily. And the way you do that is kind of, right now, it's kind of questionable. Because for one, I'm not in support of any hate group. And that's pretty much what I was trying to express in that video about my take on the Charlotte, Virginia problem, is that I was not supporting it. And apparently you don't want to support people that don't want to support it, because what, you're getting money from them? Is that where you're getting your money now, is from like hate groups? Are you getting money from like the Black Panthers and KKK and the neo-Nazis and all these other hate groups that want to suppress other people and want to own other people? I mean, seriously, come on. YouTube, get your act together and I mean, pay attention to what people do and what people make videos for. I mean, the other form of censorship that you do is the fact that when I actually tested this, and it actually happens, is when I put my channel on, hit the restricted mode button that you put. Well, I mean, all of my streams that I actually stream on your platform, on YouTube, are gone. And at least for the most part. I haven't tested here recently, but I have tested it before, and they're all gone once you go in when I flip that switch to put it in restricted mode, almost all of my stuff's gone. I mean, so is that how you censor people? I mean, for one, you don't even put ads on any of my stuff ever, period, in a story. But yet the little green damn cash signs there saying that, oh, well, we'll go ahead and put ads on it. But yet there's hardly next to, well, I mean, there might be a couple of my videos that have ads, but about 90% of them have nothing. And then here, I promise, if I remember the terms of service right, I promised that I would not, by any means, jack up the stuff to try to get money that way. Because that's the reason why I select the option to have the skippable ads. So I can just go ahead and skip it and get it over with, so I can see if there's any more ads in my videos. Now, if I understand that right, that means when I skip an ad on my own video, I don't get paid for it. Or am I missing something? Because I'm trying to make it where I'm trying to follow the rules of how to make videos on your lovely platform. But yet, when I go into some of the other videos that I've made, or streams that I've done, there's no ads whatsoever to speak of. Now again, like I said, I'm trying other means to not rely on you, because the whole adpocalypse shit is happening. But when you make it where there's no ads on like 90% of a video or 90% of a channel, and granted, I am really new. I consider myself a noob at this whole YouTube thing. Matter of fact, I'm a noob at the streaming thing too. But what you need to understand is some of us new people, we have no fucking clue what the hell we're doing. And we're trying our hardest to, stay within the rules. I mean, I'm trying really hard to stay within the rules. That's mainly why I stream video games. Destiny in particular. I know everybody hates Destiny, and Destiny 2 is just around the corner, but that's mainly what I do. And I only make videos that see my wonderful, lovely face when it comes to problems like, Charlottesville, Virginia. Or, matter of fact, if you look through my channel, you'll see a video I made about, Social Security, or was it? No, it's DHS. And I pointed that video to DHS, and we finally got a hold of somebody. So I use your platform with, showing my face, because, I'm having to use my lovely phone as a camera. So I can't just, show my face on stream or anything like that. Because, well, for one, it kind of, kills my phone whenever I do a video like this. If I'm lucky it even lasts toward the end of the video, to be honest. Because, it's just the way it is. And, so, your form of censorship, I mean, granted, it is a form of censorship, because you're censoring people that do rely on you. Because if you're doing it to me, making it where hardly next to none of my videos gets any advertisements on it, even though it's supposed to have ads on there. What are you doing to a lot of the people that are actually doing the same thing but are a bigger channel? I mean, seriously, what are you doing to them? I'm just some guy right here hoping to make just a little extra that DHS doesn't cover, or Social Security doesn't cover, or Medicaid doesn't cover. I'm not out to be rich. I'm not out to be the next PewDiePie or anything like that whatsoever. I'm just out to make just a little bit extra money somehow, and that's it. I mean, I'm hoping to make it that the crypto mining and eventually getting more work as a freelance IT guy works better for, like, steady income. So right now, I'm not going to leave you two. I'm not going to leave you, but you're making it harder for me to want to do any videos. That's, you're making it harder for me to want to check that button to make it where they're monetized. Because you're pretty much saying to some of us, more specifically to some of us that are just starting, not the big guys, the more little short shits like myself that are just starting out YouTube, and you're telling us, well, go screw yourself, because we don't want you. And for all your advertisers, I will welcome them to see my channel, and You know, like Mountain Dew, more specifically Mountain Dew because I drink it. Specifically AT&T because that's the internet we use. Maybe HUD because we live in their housing. And, you know, anybody else that gives you ads and wants to see what a brand new, now, like I said, I'm brand new at this still. Granted, I started a year ago, but I'm still fairly new. And I welcome all your advertisers, all the people that, you know, dropped out. You know, that's Coca-Cola. I mean, I'm not a fan of Coca-Cola, but I do drink it every now and then. Dr. Pepper, well, I don't know if Dr. Pepper is a Coca-Cola fan or not, or part of Coke. Whatever Dr. Pepper's part of, yeah, bring it on. I mean, whoever your advertisers were and whoever your advertisers are, I welcome them to see my channel. I welcome them to see what it's like to, you know, see what happens when you yank money from somebody that's just starting out. Because some people, this is their job. YouTube is their job. My job happens to be a caregiver. So you see the difference where people that actually have a job that aren't getting paid. I mean, do you see that? And eventually, like, there was another YouTuber who said eventually he's, you know, that he's just going to have to slow down his YouTube stuff, and he's already he did a thing about, you know, Patreon and stuff like that, and my fiance suggested I do Patreon, and I'm not really really didn't want to do that, but I'm seriously thinking about doing a Patreon. And granted, I don't got very much to offer other than, you know, a means of a role on my Discord server, because believe it or not, I got a Discord server. I got whenever I have the funds, I'm planning on having a Minecraft server that people could join. I had one, but it kind of died because of electric here in Wetumpka is not the greatest in the world, and it kind of got fried, along with my web server, which, you know, I'm having to use my computer as a web server now to keep it up. And so I have all this, you know, stuff that I've lost, but yet I'm still making YouTube videos. I'm still trying to stream. I'm still trying to make it in this world, and you, in one form or another, is pretty much saying, go fuck yourself. And I don't appreciate that at all. I mean, granted, I'm not a big YouTuber, but I don't want to be a big YouTuber. I don't have, even if I was a big YouTuber, I, you know, wouldn't know what to do with it anyway, eventually, because right now, I don't even have time to put in the hours for editing. That's why I try to do the whole one-shot take thing. I mean, eventually I would like to get, you know, a little bigger. Maybe have at least maybe 100, 200 subscribers instead of just having 2. Maybe get partnered on Twitch, because that's my main goal. It's not to be partnered by you at all. It's being partnered by Twitch. or to be partnered by, what is it called? Mixer. Yeah, the whole thing about Microsoft. And I'm starting to get people to see or to watch my streams on the Mixer and to watch my streams on Twitch. And you know, my video quality is, while streaming, is it's so bad. But then again, I gotta do what I have to do to, you know, stream, which is I gotta use the PS4 and then the remote play on my PC, and then use OBS to catch it, and all the streams have dropped frames because the whole data transferring around, and it looks like crap. But then again, you know, that's what happens when you have nothing. And you just seem to be wanting to make sure to snuff out all the lovely, wonderful new streamers that use your platform, all the wonderfully lovely new YouTube people. Mind you, I got the streamers and YouTube separated because people streaming on your platforms totally different than making videos on your platform, and you're snuffing them out too. Matter of fact, I don't even know how people are finding my stream on YouTube at all. I have no freaking clue, because you've made it where you made looking for streams on your platform rather hard. I mean, there's one dude that made a video saying that the only way to find live streams is to search for live stream, and that's pretty much how I've had to do it. I don't know how everybody else is doing it, but that's pretty much how I'm doing it. So you're sniffing out not only the small streamers that use your platform, but you're snuffing out all the small YouTubers that are just starting out. They're just trying to figure it out, test the waters. And the minute a YouTube person like myself tries to not defend the people that cause violence and stuff like that, but to get disappointed with them, you just go, oh well, we don't want you no more. That's exactly what you're saying. Anyway, so I'm wondering, YouTube, maybe if you can gather all your advisors, or not your advisors, but your advertisers, your CEOs, your CFOs, let's see, what else would you have? COOs, if you got one. All the lovely little chief, high-end, higher-ups. Maybe you can gather them all up. Call me on, either call me or email me, and maybe we could have a conversation of how you, as a company, are personally hurting people that are using your platform. And matter of fact, I actually welcome it. I encourage it, and I mean, seriously, you need to figure out how to do this. And using AI machine learning stuff, I mean, granted, it sounds all cool and all, but you can't rely on that. Granted, you can't rely on actual people either. So maybe in the middle somewhere. Like I said, let's have a conversation. Let's all have a conversation. Anyway, I thank you for watching. I hope this gets you to think about how your stuff and how it's working is hurting people by the means of censorship and all that. And maybe someday you'll understand. Anyway, I do greatly appreciate you watching, liking, subscribing. Hell, it's been pretty much almost 30 minutes for this video. Didn't intend on that, and I do apologize for that. And maybe some other people, maybe some other YouTubers will actually come up with the idea of how we can contact you, because evidently there's, I mean, I haven't personally seen any way of actually getting a hold of you somehow other than through Twitter, which I might try that later. But this has to stop. You need to stop hurting people. And I'm not talking about just me starting it. I'm talking about hurting all the people that are using your platform in one form or another. Anyway, like I said before, I thank you for liking, subscribing, watching, and I might just end up putting a donation thing at the bottom in the description, and we'll see what happens from there, because right now I'm just going to keep going on and hoping that something changes with YouTube. Yes, that's you. And just see what happens. So thank you very much, and have a lovely, wonderful rest of your day.